everyone, welcome back. I look a little weird because I just got done filming like a dramatic pink glitter makeup tutorial, so my lips are very red from trying to take that really bright pink lipstick off. May have some leftover glitter, who the heck knows. I just like wiped off all my makeup. But in today's video, I'm super excited to be sitting down and playing with the Dose of Colors Desi X Katy Friendcation palette. I absolutely love this. I tried to do a first impression video using this. I tried twice and every single time I just hated my makeup. Like something went wrong, the background noise was wrong, like everything was just wrong. So I just deleted that video. So this is no longer a first impression. It's just me doing a tutorial with this palette, and I've had some good experiences with this, so I can finally kind of tell you guys my thoughts and opinions while I'm going through as well. So if you're interested on seeing a nice neutral look with this palette, then let's just go ahead and get started. I'm trying to pull my hair back, but this is awkward because I have my hoop earrings. So I'm trying to pull my hair. Ow, ow. So this is just gonna have to do for now. I'm gonna start off by priming my eyes, and I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and this is in the shade Snow. I'm sorry if you hear Tank walking around. And I'm just going to take a little bit, or a lot of it, that's okay too. And I'm gonna use this little mini kind of like stipple brush and just use that to blend it out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set that base down. So I'm gonna use the Too Faced Born This Way translucent powder and just kind of put that everywhere, just to make sure that there's no like tackiness or anything with the concealer and the eyeshadows, and they blend really seamlessly. All right, now before I go any further, I'm gonna use the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. This is in the shade number 2. I don't really do anything like too fancy to my brows. I just like to fill in the arch and then to go in with a little like spoolie. Now jumping into the eyeshadow palette, I'm gonna use the shade Basic right here as my transition shade, and I'm just going to take that all over my crease. Next, inside the crease, I'm going to take the shade Necessary, which is this one right here, and I'm using that same brush, which is taking that same brush, which is a Sigma E40. I'm actually going to start building up my outer corner over here, so I'm going to take that shade Necessary out here as well. As you guys can tell, I'm taking these shades pretty far out because I am going to clean it up with a makeup wipe, so I just want to make sure that I have enough pigment out here. So now the next shade I'm going to take is Churro, which is this one right here. And I'm actually going to use a different brush. I'm going to take the Sigma E25, which is just a little fluffy brush, and go into the crease. Now the next shade I'm taking is Cheens right here, and I'm going to go ahead and deepen up the outer corner and get really into the crease with this brush right here because it's a little bit like thinner, if you guys can see, and this is the Sigma E54. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take that same exact dark brown shade Cheens, and I'm going to put it on a E47, which is a very, very small, thin brush, which gets in the crease perfectly. And the thing I like about these shadows is that they actually like deepen up the more that you put in there. So like if you put this dark brown shade on and you keep putting it on, it keeps getting darker and darker and darker. It's not just like it reaches its fullest potential the first time that you blend it out. You can really deepen it up depending on like your brush size and everything like that. So I really, really love that about this palette, but I'm just making sure that I get the crease as deep as possible because this is going to be a pretty smoky eye look. Now that I've built up that crease deep enough, I'm going to use that same Born This Way concealer, take a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm just taking a flat kind of lid brush. This is from Wet n Wild. I think it was $1 at Walgreens. And I'm going to cut out the inner corner. I am going to be doing an all matte look with this eyeshadow look today, so I'm just gonna cut that out. I just want to say one thing. If you guys can see the darkness right here, that's my eye shape. It doesn't have anything to do with like my blending ability. Well, maybe it does. Maybe I just suck. But I know sometimes you guys are a little confused whether it's like the palette or me or what it is. But like my eye shape is really weird. So if I go too high up here and if I go too high up here, which I did on this side, it just like, I don't know. It's just my eye shape is so weird. It happens with no matter what palette. Like these are the best mattes I've ever used. I can say that with 100% confidence these are the best mattes, like the most creamy mattes, the most pigmented. This is such a stunning palette, and it's just so, it's such good quality that there's no way, like absolutely no way this is the palette, because it happens with every single palette that I use. So I just wanted to say that real quick. But now I'm going to take the shade Basic, which is this nude shade right here, and just top off that inner corner where we cut it out. And then I'll show you guys how I blend out this color and the outer corner, because it's such a big difference. So one thing you guys probably noticed is that my inner corner got a little bit deeper, and that's because this Basic shade right here isn't just a flat white cream shade. It's kind of like a medium skin tone type of shade, and I'm pretty fair skinned. So just a warning, if you guys are looking for like a really, really bright kind of inner corner or a bright base, I don't use this to set my eyeshadow primer for a reason. So just so you guys know, it's more of like a transition shade if you're more like light to medium skin tone, and if you're like medium skin tone, it's probably gonna match you perfectly. So I just wanted to mention that. But the way that I'm going to blend out the outer corner and the inner corner is just by using this shade right here, which I forgot the name, Necessary. I'm gonna use that shade right there, and I'm just gonna use this Sigma E25 brush, which is the one that we used for this shade in the first place. So I'm just going to take a little bit on that brush and kind of just go back and forth and just kind of diffuse it right there. And then I'm also going to use a little bit of churro right there to diffuse it as well. So now that I have that kind of blended out the way I want it, I'm going to use a makeup wipe and clean up right here. Next, I'm going to use these Icon lashes in the style Slay. You guys can't see them because they have like lash glue all over them and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly put those on off camera, and we can move on to the base. While I'm waiting for those lashes to dry, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my face. So I'm using the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer. This is such a good primer if you guys want like a flawless base. It's so good. I know it's expensive, and don't let this scare you. It's going to turn my face pretty white. Wow, I put a lot on. I did not need that, but that's okay. Okay, I know that looks terrifying, but next I'm going to take the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 210, and I'm just going to apply that everywhere. I want a pretty full coverage look, so that's why I'm using this foundation. Okay, and now for concealer, I'm using that same Too Faced Born This Way concealer that we used to prime and cut our crease. So I'm just putting a little bit underneath my eyes, right here on my chin, up my nose, and a little tiny bit right there on my forehead. And then using that same beauty sponge to blend it out. My favorite way to cream contour is using the Kat Von D Shade and Light Cream Contouring Palette. So I'm just going to take these two shades right here and mix them together with my MAC 130 brush and just kind of sculpt out my cheekbones that I don't have and don't exist. I'm going to use that same Too Faced Born This Way translucent powder that we used to set the eyes, and I'm going to use that to only bake underneath my cheekbones and bake on the sides of my nose, and then the rest I'm just going to use a regular brush. To bronze up, I'm using the Too Faced Sun Bunny Natural Bronzer. This is obviously the small little, what is this? A small little travel sized one, but it lasts me a super long time. I feel like blushes, highlights, and bronzers, you don't really need to buy the full size. Alright, for highlight today, I'm using the Ofra Cosmetics Rodeo Drive Highlight. This is my favorite highlight in the whole entire world, and you guys can see. I'm finished with the face, so I'm going to move back onto the eyes, and I'm going to take this color right here and just go ahead and place that on my lower lashes. And then I'm going to take Churro and do the exact same thing. I want this to be pretty smoked out down here on the lower lashes. You guys already know what's next. I'm going to take the deepest shade at Cheens and do the exact same thing. Now for lips today, today I'm using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Lip Pencil. This is in the shade Naked 2, and I'm just going to use that to line them. For lipstick, I'm using the Dose of Colors at Desi X Katy in the shade A Mauve Story. And this is a pretty deep nude, as you guys can tell, so I'm going to brighten it up a little bit with the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade I'm Nude, and just put a little bit of that in the middle. But I will say the formula of this lipstick is absolutely amazing. I love that liquid lipstick formula because it almost feels like a lipstick, but in liquid lipstick form. So I'm just going to dab a little bit right here. I'm just going to set this all with my MAC Fix Plus and kind of melt it all together. And as you guys can see now, it is nighttime. So this is what I came up with. This is a finished look. My final creation using the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. I hope you guys did enjoy this all matte, all neutral look. Let me know what other color you guys want me to do next. Whether you want me to do cranberry, blue, green. I got a couple ideas in mind. So definitely let me know. Vote down below which color you guys want to see next. Hope to see you guys in my next video. And thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel today. Bye.